This stream contains fast-flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy and other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, 3 teams are fighting to make top 6 in hopes of securing a spot in the Stage 2 playoffs. Hello and welcome to Day 5 of VCT Americas Super Week, live from the Riot Games Arena here in beautiful Los Angeles, California. And I'm here, Geek Heavy at the desk with Athena, Bryn, and Wyatt. How are we doing?
Feeling good, honestly. I mean, some important matches happening, some important skits that we've got.
Important skits. Some might say super skits. I didn't even say Super Week, and I love that. I love that. How are we feeling, Wyatt?
Oh, great, except sad. Because it's the last day of Super Week.
Oh, that's
but it's still an exciting day of Super Week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a sad explosion sound?
Yeah, why?
For Super Week?
Wait, how do you get a sad explosion sound?
No, really, no. But listen, still, we got 100 Thieves. We have MIBR.
Yep.
Will they get upset? I don't know, but it's going to be silly. I'm down for that.
Absolutely, yeah. We've had a very, very fun Super Week so far, and we love saying Super Week because it means explosions, excitement, and more Super Week. But you know who doesn't like having fun, believe it or not? Mimi. Yeah, the Golden Boy pointed out that she refuses to say the words Super Week. In response, production has challenged Mimi to a 1v1 duel. Now, if she wins, we can no longer say the words Super Week. If she loses, she'll have to say the magic words herself. And her opponent today is no slouch. In fact, she's a pro, and she's... You're gonna say it.
I'm not gonna say it.
You're gonna say it because you're going up against a pro.
You think I'm the kind of person that would lose?
Oh, we'll see, because Athena, well, you're gonna be representing Team Super Week.
Let's go.
Yes. This
Putting
is
on my glasses for this one.
Please do. Yes. I want y'all to have a very good
I
game.
wish you luck.
Now,
I wish you luck.
It's gonna be
well.
that's what she said versus silhouette moment.
Whoa,
of course.
Whoa,
Now,
whoa.
it is the
Why are you bringing that up?
It is the best of 3, all right? And they're going to be using ops only. Of course, if Mimi wins, we can no longer say Super Week. And if Athena wins, Mimi must finally say... What are you going to say, Mimi?
I'm not gonna say anything. We've established I'm not
Super
gonna
Week.
lose.
All right, well, let's get into the game. All right, Bryn, Wyatt, I'm going to have y'all cast this.
Are you ready, Myrna?
I'm ready.
3,
I'm going.
2, 1.
Go,
Got
go,
Abyss
go.
here. Now, first of all,
Yo, where
Brent,
you at?
it has to be said that Mimi is playing
the neon goes
right
crazy.
now. She has an
Oh,
80% win rate
Whoa!
in the current right deck on this thing.
My frontal lobe,
Myself.
my frontal lobe got split into twine trying to figure out
Athena's got
And
one.
my big thing,
Yes.
my big thing is making her think she's gonna win.
Yeah.
Wait, so Athena's
Okay.
1 up.
Yep,
that's
that's
how it
1-0
goes.
for Athena.
And I cooked the movement a little bit. I stunned myself, but Wyatt's absolutely right. 80% win rate, that's true. People have said this, people have seen that. And this extends here as
I
well.
just want you to know that was a
Check the tracker,
by the way.
folks.
It was.
It was a no scope. Yo, where you at?
Where am I at?
You just try and lure out like a cat.
What was that? Got some catnip out there.
Bestie. Oh my God, where you at?
Is that a leg shot? What was
That was a
Oh
leg
my
shot.
Owns.
I hate
What's
Exposed,
one.
caught.
All of those things are true.
Is it 1-1?
It's 1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
This is
Okay.
it. Winner takes all.
They're tied.
Wait, this is it?
This is it.
Yeah.
Potentially
Winner
the end
takes
of
all.
Is this BL3?
the bit.
Here's my thing, Myrna. I brought my own mouse.
Yeah.
I came ready. I've been warming up for the last 3 hours
Why
to
are
prepare.
you counter-stratting me? This is crazy.
All right, so everything's on the line right now.
It is. This could be the end of the bit of all time.
You can feel the pressure mounting.
Watch out.
Was the
Maybe.
clove a mistake? That's the question I have in mind, Brett.
You don't like my clothes?
This
I
might
don't know, the neon's just kind of crazy. The movement, the whole thing.
The smokes are cooking. Guys, this
You don't like my
Analyze
clothes?
here, Myrna.
This could be the end of us saying Super
Dude, where
Week.
the hell are you?
So I definitely want to say
God,
Super Week a couple more times.
And destroyed. And the thing is,
Wait, hold on.
No!
That's it.
and the thing is,
That's
we're
2-1.
never saying it again.
We can never say it
The
again.
bit's dead. It's killed. VCT is serious now. We are locked in, and it's any other
I
week.
cannot believe this.
My
Well, I mean,
my bad.
congratulations to Mimi. I mean, I guess we can no longer say what you see there in bold behind us.
Can't say it.
Wow. Well,
fun is dead.
Yeah, well,
I think we had your fun with the bit.
yeah. Well, I mean,
that was fun.
hopefully we'll still have some, but we're going to have some certified hood bangers today, though. We can still say that, right? Yes, we can still say that. Yes. Another bit. Anyways, let's get back into this regular week and talk about what happened on this very stage yesterday. Now, we started the day with Leviathan ending EG's 4-game winning streak. Now, and Com got his wish, Wyatt.
100%.
He beat his old roster.
That was a dominant win. And especially, listen, Sunset, they won it. Redemption from what happened at Shanghai. 2 over EG, who have been white hot. Lev look incredible right now.
They just looked so phenomenal. Everything that they were doing was just working. The team play, the protocols, the trades, and especially just being able to fight with that Neon. I mean, I was so happy to see the Neon Icebox finally come to play.
Yeah, there's been peaks and troughs, I think, with this Lev team, but they have finally, I mean, as well, right in time for playoffs, started to really come online. I think all the elements working.
Absolutely. And then Furia did the unthinkable, the unimaginable. They shattered Loud's perfect record against Brazil and pulled off their second upset in as many weeks. I think we were all surprised with that one.
Wow. For sure.
It was,
Wow.
I did not expect that. I genuinely did not expect that. I thought Loud was looking... Okay, whatever. I thought Loud was looking like they were back in form, but Furia, I mean, this is good for their next, year to plan ahead for their roster.
They can still make playoffs.
True.
There's a small window.
There is a small window, one of millions of universes.
Tiny. I was arguing
win all their games, and then other teams have to lose, and the whole thing happens.
I was arguing with Tarek about it because he was trying to gaslight his chat into saying no chance, which they don't have much of a chance. It's like a slim window, but they can still make playoffs.
Okay.
There's a tiny window, tiny chance.
A super weak window.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Let's check out standings.
Weak like W-E-A-K. Like
okay.
I see what you did there.
Speaking of which, we're looking at the standings right now. Lev, of course, as we said, they clinched it. So, we have 5 more slots available. The games that we have, like 100 Thieves, they're sitting at 7. I'm kind of curious, how we're feeling about their chances today.
I mean, chances today, they should be beating MIBR. MIBR won their first map last week. So obviously, the winners of the Stage 1 playoffs are the favorites here and should be winning. Right, guys? They should be going for more. They should be on the cusp of making playoffs. They won the Stage 1 playoffs, you guys. They should be winning, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Anyways, well, let's get into the first match and talk about our Stage 1 champions, which we've been doing. 100 Thieves have been struggling since their return from Master Shanghai. And here's what Coach Zix had to say after a map loss to Leviathan.
I mean, to be candid, we're definitely in a bit of a slump period. And I'd say we've definitely started turning it around the last 2 days of practice. And I think some of, basically the way that it works is you actively think about something or you passively think about it. Our team play used to be so passive that everybody was just doing it super naturally. But I guess maybe confidence was a factor. But because of how confident we were, now we have to kind of focus more team play again because we started focusing more individually. So we've been kind of going through that phase, but I do think that today had a lot of really good signs, despite, how our attack half looked. There's some bad rounds, obviously, but there's a lot of good signs and things that I'm looking at that I see are obviously we're fighting well together throughout the match. Peter was jumping and entering really well for the team. So those are things that I'm looking at that are really good signs going into the next, this next map, the matches to come. All I'm interested in is playing good Valorant, and I think the back half showed that we're here to play some good Valorant, but first half did not show that, so we'll see if we can carry it over into Haven.
Yes, it's definitely important that they do play some good Valorant. I actually heard Boostio say in an interview that they feel like they're in a bit of a slump. But honestly, you can't beat yourself up too much for losing to Icebox because it's freaking Icebox, But 100 Thieves are in a tough spot these days. Athena, what's your take on where they are?
I mean, it's one thing to hear your players saying that they're in a slump, but when you hear the coach even agree to it, it's a whole nother thing. I feel like we're just missing a lot of the team play that we're so used to seeing from 100 Thieves. A lot of the mid-rounding, the defaults have been so slow and so predictable on a lot of these maps. I feel like they're just having trouble kind of finding their footing with changing up their play style and changing up the tempo of their play.
And also, you're not seeing the same kind of step up by individuals like Cryo, where he would be playing a Brimstone on their buy maps and would be consistently dropping like 30, which, listen, no player can really consistently drop a 30 bomb. You have to be at like the top of the whole league, essentially, to be pulling out those numbers over and over again. But he was missing to a degree, I think, in that Lev match as well. And that's, I mean, something that I'm going to be paying close attention to, I think, in this upcoming match is whether or not he's hitting, he's online, he's playing with confidence again.
In that game, he bottom fragged the server. He was like 20 for 33. Got, as you're saying, usually that Brim on bind, he goes off, and then had a chance to play Jet as well on Haven and got only 7 kills. I mean, he's returned in, just frankly, worse form than we saw him at Shanghai, than we saw him at Stage 1. There's no doubt. And losing bind as well, that's definitely an indicator that things are going wrong, because that was their home map. They were beating everybody on it so easily.
Yeah, and I kind of want to, focus on some of the comps that they've been choosing, because, many teams are changing up their comps, but it seems like 100 Thieves haven't budged. I'm wondering, like, what's going on? Did the meta just catch them off guard? Or what do we think is going on here?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like they don't want to fit Cryo into the role of him playing of a duelist when we've just seen this big switch up with the duelist. Their Haven comp as well was out of date, I think, even for Haven terms. Like, back in 2023, they were experimenting with, like, a Gecko comp. Yeah. And we're seeing them run, like, what was it, Sova KO as the initiators on Haven? I think there's some...
Sent RP on that map.
They've got some weird ideas cooking for some stuff when they could have just copied formulas that they've already built from, a week prior. I'm sure that they didn't delete the Google Doc with all the info on. They probably still have the info there somewhere, but it's a little bit odd.
I feel like for comps-wise, it's also like not just the fact that you're not being innovative, but you also don't know how to counter. It feels like they don't know how to counter a lot of the teams that they're playing against, the new comps. It just feels like they were a little less prepared than they probably should be, especially with the Neon meta.
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to toss things over to Elizabeth, who's standing by with Asuna.
Asuna, you need to win today. Obviously, the strength of schedule is kind of crazy. So do you think you have fixed what you guys need to fix in order to win?
Yeah, I think we fixed a lot of the mistakes we made from the Fury and Lev games. Obviously, Fury game, we made a lot of mistakes that we had to work on. And the Lev game, they're just a good team. So, obviously it'll look bad, but, respect to them for, punishing us and everything. But yeah, we've worked really hard trying to fix mistakes, and we were looking pretty good before the Lev game. And obviously we didn't get the result we wanted, but we just kept trying to push forward. And, if we keep putting in the hard work, then the results will just come.
Well, Super Week is, infamous for its difficulty and just that kind of the time turnaround that you have to anti-strat, prep, whatever it may be. And you said you've been working hard. So what has the approach been beyond just like fixing mistakes?
Yeah, obviously it's just to come in ready and be prepared. But, there's not a lot to answer because these teams have been prepping for like a month. So, just working on our own game. So it still stays the same, even if it's 1 or 2 games. Because, obviously if we had a lot of prep on like MIBR and Lev, then obviously we would use that. But, you don't know what people have changed in the 2-week, 3-week break, plus the meta changed. So, you're just coming in and trying to work on things that you want to. And obviously, now that we've seen 2 games of MIBR, we're more ready. Like we were just watching the Fury game yesterday, and, we just saw they played Icebox and Haven against Loud, and it's like, oh, we played them on their 2 best maps. So it's just like, it's really funny. But they're really good on those 2 maps, which is like, obviously, going back now, probably wouldn't want to play them on those 2. But, can't change the past.
You seem very calm. You seem very collected. You seem very focused. It doesn't feel like the pressure's really getting to you.
Yeah, it's because I haven't drank any coffee yet.
So as soon as we have the caffeine, we're good?
Yeah, we're going to be good. We're going to be popping.
All right, well, let's get there.
Wow, coffee can do a lot to you, actually. Now, 100 Thieves need a win and can't count on championship points. That championship has sailed. Now, Champion's soul is not a guarantee. And I have to mention what happened the last time these 2 teams met. The infamous timeline of breaking knife. Bryn.
The joke is, it could happen again.
Yeah.
It actually could happen again. Listen, there's no guarantees for 100 Thieves. Doesn't matter that they ended up, getting and accruing a bunch of championship points. I think it gives them a bit of a safety net. But if they're in danger of not even making playoffs as well, they could get overtaken in that regard as well. Teams earn champ points even when they make the playoffs, and they could easily overcome them.
Absolutely, and I will say one small point about this game. That was a dejected, confidence-less 100 Thieves that lost to MIBR, who had nothing to lose. Same situation, but we keep going on about how this team is so much more confident. Cryo's taking all these duels. Busio has brought this new energy to the team, etc. Well, this is really the time to prove it.
Absolutely, and we got what's coming up next for this team. It's quite a doozy.
I mean, they're not even, they're so close, but they're so far. They're so stuck in this middle of the pack kind of ground where every single win counts because you're kind of rely on other teams to lose games and lose matches and hope that you can put yourself past kind of those numbers in the standings. And it feels really rough.
And here we go. Here's their upcoming schedule. Now, honestly, I think you don't want to leave things up to chance, though.
No.
You want to win these matches.
As a competitor, you never want to be leaving it into other people's hands, but it might be getting to that point for 100 Thieves with every single loss that they get. And again, you're up against an MIBR to repeat the exact same narratives.
Yeah.
This team is out of the playoff run. They have no chances. They have nothing to play for, but honestly, just self-improvement moving forwards. And the teams with no pressure on their shoulders, I'm not going to lie, those are the scariest to go up against. As we saw last year, the exact same situation when they were playing with their assistant coach, and they still managed to make the impossible happen. EG qualifies, they go on a run, they win champs. Like, genuinely, we could be seeing the exact same once more. The same script.
And they still have to play EG and Loud, too. It isn't like, these are big teams that are pretty hard. I know Loud just lost yesterday, but they're still looking a lot better than they did earlier in the stage. So I feel like they really need to get forward, push through, and get the confidence back today that they need.
Yeah, they got a tall glass of water ahead of them with EG and Loud. But first, just drink the bucket of water that's in front of you with MIBR. Is that a good metaphor? Did we like that? The bucket of water right now. Okay, we're talking about MIBR.
So much liquid.
MIBR put up a fight against Loud earlier this week. Finally got a map 1 win, but they were officially eliminated from playoffs. And I think, was this much of a surprise?
No, I don't think so.
I hate to say it.
Very little, very little practice with the roster that they brought in with, with the new players and everything. But I think it was good signs for a rebuild. If you're going to be, you want me to dish out some copium to all of you here? Yeah, I mean, you can look forward to this roster competing in the future, perhaps. Yeah. And now, honestly, the goals have narrowed down for them. But, when you're a competitor and you have that slimmest chance of making playoffs, it hangs in the back of your mind, I think, with every single match. Yeah. But now that they're out, the road ahead is very clear-cut. They can't really play for anything other than just ruin America's day. And so why not go for that, honestly? That sounds great. We're approaching July 4th. We could really spoil the party for a lot of them.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, let's talk about, let's look at things, on the positive side, because MIBR's rookies were able to make their debut on the stage, on the big stage. Now, we got our first looks at Paula and Rich and Athena. How did they perform, in your opinion?
They actually did surprisingly really well. I feel like Paula really showed his own on that duelist. He was able to genuinely show the aggression that we talked so much about MIBR needing. They needed more firepower. They needed that star duelist. And I feel like with a little bit more work, Paula definitely could be that person. And Rich, he did a great job of setting him up, too.
Yeah, that Lotus game from Rich was super nice. Dropped like 22 kills on that. That was the first map that they are actually able to win all year, and a lot due to him. So, yeah, respect there. Excited to see more of those two guys.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? We got Liz standing by with Rich right now.
Rich, congratulations on an amazing VCT debut. I think we were all so excited and happy for you. How did it feel to make your debut on that stage?
É uma oportunidade única para mim estrear num palco tão grande e a gente tem muito a mostrar ainda para toda a galera.
It's such a big opportunity for me to debut on such a big stage, and we have a lot to show still.
What do you guys think you have to improve on moving forward?
Eu acho que a gente tem que ter tempo para poder trabalhar e poder adequar as coisas como time, como conjunto. E se Deus quiser, a gente vai chegar ao nosso sucesso.
Yeah, I think we just need time to adequate, to have time to, just be in the team in the moment, and we have a lot to show still.
You haven't had a lot of time with the team, but the time you have to acclimate and not just be 24 hours later playing the game. Do you think you have the skill, the tools, and the opportunities to succeed with MIBR?
Com certeza, eu acho que é a oportunidade da minha carreira e se tudo der certo, com o tempo a gente vai no próximo split mostrar muito o nosso trabalho e chegar aos nossos objetivos.
Absolutely. I think it's the biggest opportunity in my career, and maybe not this split, but the next one, I think we will have a lot to show.
Yeah, so what are your plans moving forward? Staying with the team, playing with them as much as you can?
A gente tem o objetivo agora de se adaptar como um time, se inteirar, se conhecer bem e se preparar bem para os próximos splits, que a gente tem uma oportunidade.
Yeah, now we just need to spend time together as a team, get used to each other, and get ready for the splits in the future.
Yo, best of luck.
Now, the reality is that MIBR season is essentially over, and I think we've all come to that realization, but they still have a few more games ahead of them. Of course, today's game, and they're going up against Furia and EG next. So what's the game plan here, Wyatt?
I mean, for them, especially for Rich and Paul, it's just an opportunity to get some experience on the stage, prove themselves a little bit, and in a very comfortable environment, to be honest, when they can get acclimated and there's not a huge amount of pressure. In fact, every team they're playing against is going to feel more weight on their shoulders than them because they need those championship points. I think this is a good environment, actually, for them to foster these new players who have not been at this level before.
I hard agree with that, I think. That's one of the things that these orgs need to learn, I think, moving forwards, is not thinking about the year in a bubble of just this one year and it just being over once it's over. You have the opportunity to actually get good practice on the stage to keep it moving forwards in the off-season. That's what a team like Sentinels did, and look at how much good it did them this year. They went on to win Madrid, and they're looking even, competitive now in Stage 2. I think orgs need to get into that mindset of not thinking like their whole year is over and be much more long-term focused. And I think that's evident from the interview where Rich is talking about it, where, saying how this is a great opportunity for them to play on the stage and as well and get those reps and improvements. The journey doesn't end just because you've missed playoffs. The journey keeps going. It keeps going.
Yeah. I think what's really cool, too, is they're actually playing Furia as well. So I feel like they kind of get to see where they kind of stand in the regional aspect as well. They can kind of see, like, who's going to be on top, if we can really keep competing within our region specifically, and then also have the bigger picture, like you guys mentioned, for the next stage.
Yeah, now we also definitely have to talk about Mazin, who has experienced a glow-up of himself here at Stage 2, because statistically, he was at the bottom of Stage 1, but he's in a good spot right now, good standings right now, Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been playing so much better individually. It can't be overstated. Yeah. And also, sometimes that will happen too when you see a player that's an IGL and when everything is going wrong, you're kind of hyper-focused on the team overall. You get less opportunity to really focus on your own gameplay, and you can see that illustrated by the numbers. He's, especially in their first match so far this season, he was going crazy. So really impressed, and if he can keep this up, great sign for the team.
And we have the tweet right here, right behind us. Mazin tweeted out, "We finally won a map I'm happy to have played with our full roster today. It was a very close game versus Loud. Now we can finally start working as a team." I'm glad
I'm going to stop us all here, actually, as well, because the last time I was on the desk, I broke all of those knives over there, the plastic knife props. And,
that was you?
That was me. I broke all of them, and I'm sorry. This is my apology for all of that. But also, the point I'm making here is that I cause chaos wherever I go, and I've cooked up a segment and a game for you all to play as well.
Wait,
it's called Fan or Fraud. So I'm taking over again. I know.
Derailed.
I don't know if production was ready for this. Okay, they got it. I just decided to throw it in there. I'm not even sure if this was you. This was me.
Handiwork?
Yeah. This is me, Fan or Fraud. The game is quite simple. You can all play at home as well. I've cooked up and I've pulled fan takes, fan comments off the internet about these players, and I've also invented some. I've made some, fabricated some, and your job is to spot which one is the fraud, which one's fake. So we can pull up the first one as well. We can get right into this one here.
Okay.
This one translated from Portuguese. They're both translated from Portuguese for MIBR. MIBR, my kings, my muse, my light in the darkness, my beacon against the dark backdrop of the approaching storm. Please accomplish the impossible again. Or, it was a good game, bro. The team is fresh and you'll still have time to practice. Get better and kill it on stage. Sunglasses emoji, thumbs up emoji.
Okay.
Which one is the fraud?
Look, the
B.
Athena's
you're going with B?
Nobody does sunglasses.
Yeah, the emoji. That's what I was thinking. The emojis as well. But the first one is so poetic.
That's what I was going to say. It's like it was written by Shakespeare himself.
My muse.
So which is it?
I'm going to go with A, the emoji.
All right, well, I'm going with A.
You're going B as the emojis? Okay. Production, reveal it. The answer is...
Should have went with your gut,
We
Wyatt.
appreciate
The
good poetry.
emojis were just,
We
I just
appreciate
couldn't.
I was sat in my
Literature.
hotel
Well
room cooking up poetry.
I can tell.
Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one here is, no offense to you, Puchan, but the watch party community needs you. We'd rather see you laugh and say, what does this mean for C9, than seeing you suffer. And then B is, guys, I can fix NRG's problems. Step 1, hire Turok. Step 2, uninstall the game. Which one do you think is the fraud?
This one is tough.
And which one do you think is the
No, this one is tough.
I'm gonna let y'all two go
I
first.
feel like you would say either of these. I have no clue.
Actually, I think B is the fraud.
I think A.
I think B is the fraud. The A one, that line about what he says on stream is too niche. I don't think you actually watch his stream.
No, I love FNS. I watch all of his stuff.
All right, he's lying.
Okay.
B is the fraud.
Why are you going with B though, Wyatt? I want to know.
What I just said, I think that
That's
he
your
doesn't
reason,
watch
but-
the stream. He doesn't know that he said.
I think
What do you
A
think,
is the
Athena?
fraud. I'm gonna just go
A?
A.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Just to be a contrarian, I'm going with B.
Going with B? Okay, production, reveal it.
Oh, look at that!
I knew you were.
I'm 2 for 2, baby.
Like
I'm
me.
0 for 0.
Doesn't know the quotes.
I mean, come on now. Turok?
Turok, yeah, that's like a thing.
In all caps?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's
Okay.
People say, I don't know. Anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Oh
Oh my god.
When does Sentence play?
Oh
He
my.
broke everything.
I have to do my homework. And then B is, I have to put my parents into a retirement home as I can no longer support them and my parents are struggling financially and medically. Months passed, I come into the retirement home to visit them. We had a blast and decided to head to the bingo hall. I saw someone familiar. It was Boostio. After his reached his peak after Furia and Lev, he changed drastically, yet stayed the same. Whenever he got a spot in his bingo card, he would stand up, yelling and mocking at other players. Unitl later on where he cannot get a win. Which one's a fake, which one's a fraud?
Okay. I'm going to go first here. Because, again, I feel like in your hotel, you were probably cooking. You cooked
You think I
B
cooked
up
B?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. A definitely seems like that's the real one. That's real.
Athena?
I think I wrote that.
I'm not Athena, but I'm gonna go next. A is the fraud. New Athena just dropped. A is the fraud.
A is the fraud? Okay.
Better Athena just dropped. B fraud.
B is the fraud? Okay, production
not-
reveal it. This is the last one. Anyway, it was a fraud.
I'm cheating with that.
You're cheating with
I'm
that
cheating.
one? That's an
0
inside.
for
It's
0.
a little inside
It's a little
joke, so
inside.
Wyatt already knew.
So I was cheating.
Unfortunately.
The misspelling got me.
Misspelling
Of
got you. No,
homework.
people
Home walker?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the
I
education
just want to
system
know.
has...
I just want to know if this person's okay. Like, are you good,
The
homie?
education system has failed.
That's crazy.
Everybody.
Was that on Reddit?
I was somewhere. I can't remember where I pulled it from. I was going deep for these comments. Anyway,
Wow.
that was the segment. Who won? I don't know.
I won
Actually,
2.
wasn't
I think I won. Y'all won 1.
I got
Y'all won this
0.
last one. But anyways,
I got 2.
Good too.
I'm just
All right.
fraudulent.
all right, let's check.
You're gonna have control of the show again.
Thank you. Thank you. So you're giving it back to me. Relinquish control. Well, let's take a look at our predictions and see who we think are going to win today.
Fred?
Bryn,
I think you should
explain yourself.
Wait, Wyatt? Wait a minute. Both of you.
MIBR?
Well, I mean,
I feel like it's
Explain
self-explanatory for MIBR. I mean, it's the exact same circumstances as last time. 100
Yeah.
Thieves, they're in a slump, self-described, and MIBR have nothing to play for. I think teams are incredibly dangerous when they have absolutely nothing to play for. Play for spoiler, all the pressure's off their shoulders. They're in a good spot. And then the NRG pred, I can't. Don't ask me about the NRG pred. I don't know what.
we have to ask
predded
you about
NRG.
NRG.
Yeah.
My honest reaction? That's crazy.
Ew.
Yeah. Gross.
Yuck.
Yeah, listen, I went with MIBR too. I can just. Do you guys smell that?
I'm smelling it.
I mean, I'm getting a whiff of something.
I just smell something in the air. I've lost all faith. I've lost all confidence in 100 Thieves, sadly. MIBR win this. It's going to be a repeat of last year. I can just smell it.
4th of July, I believe in America.
Yeah.
Did you go with NRG then?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Who'd you go with? Who'd you go with again? Let's.
I did 100 Thieves, and I did not NRG, so...
Not NRG.
Yeah. After that comp on Haven, they have... Nope, we're over. It's over.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, reasonable. And that's also why I didn't go with NRG and went with Peru.
Maybe I'm going with the same line of logic. They've got nothing to play for.
NRG?
Yeah.
They,
They can still make it.
They can still make it, but honestly, no, they should probably give up. Like, let's be real.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
but why? Why though? They still got some more games.
Well, I'm joking when I said they should give up, but they should still play seriously. But that team looks boomed, and I think there's only 2 outcomes when you're boomed. You either pull yourself up by the bootstraps, which is a funny sentence because it's an impossible task inherently. You can't pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. The physics doesn't work that way. you just fall over.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's a weird sentence. But
wait,
yeah.
Keep going.
Anyway, or you just give up, or you're just being like, guys, let's just have fun. This is the last chance we're going to be able to play on a stage together for a while. Playoffs is out of our hands. Let's just give it our all. And then suddenly, the problems are fixed.
You're talking about NRG.
Yeah.
The careers are on the line.
That is true.
They can go back to streaming. They're fine.
All of them, or are you just talking about Som and FNS?
I don't know. They're probably yearning for the co-streaming booth. I don't know. They're just... It's sitting there.
I think they're yearning to win.
Maybe.
All right, well, you know what? It's time to kick off the final day of this normal week. It's 100 Thieves versus MIBR, NRG versus Crew. VCT Americas starts right now.
Here to create that diversion to Elias to get the 3 kills. Oh my god. Even if Asuna falls, but Asuna will get 2 before 331.
The game against 100 Thieves, I expect to be a pretty fun match. I admire every single player of their team.
The read is there. Paranoia 2 coming out from the Athena, but opening first is MIBR.
Planted. Slowly moving in, just a few shots and it's not going to be enough. A flawless.
My mindset going into every match is never like, we're going to win this match, we're going to lose this match, you know, this team's good, this team's bad, the crowd hates us, the crowd likes us. It's always just focus on like why we got here, what the process is, you know, what makes us a good team. Is it our team play, is it our comms, is it this, is it that? And then we focus and we harp on that. I would say when we should stomp MIBR.
And the second one was shot, crowd swings out. That's a 2-for-1. Now the tap on his play. Gets the ace to get the extra innings.
I would just want to show my best to everyone that I can beat them with my team. I'm pretty confident about it.
Riot Games Arena, let's close off this Super Week in style. Give it up for 100 Thieves!
E do outro lado, representando o Brasil, faz barulho pro MIBR!
Brasil original, nós leva a vida dura, mas sempre no alto astral. Mas admito, sou brasileiro, trabalhador que vai à luta, não desiste, merecedor dessas conquistas. Nascidos para o mundo, trago o Brasil no meu peito, em busca das vitórias. Responsa é com nós mesmos. Quando me perdi, me encontrei comigo mesmo e tirei forças, eu não sei da onde. Amigos eu ganhei, perdi, são coisas da vida. O que me dói é minha família longe. Torcedores falham, outros me motivam. Vou persistir nessa longa estrada da vida. Vencer é obrigação, derrota é uma lição. Desistir pra nós não é mais opção.
Both 100 Thieves and MIBR are looking to take home their first win here in Stage 2. But with MIBR out of contention for playoffs, will this be the moment they hold nothing back and take the fight to 100 Thieves?
Yeah, both these teams looking to show and prove something for themselves. But 100 Thieves, so much more pressure on their shoulders because they know they have to win this map in order to get any chance at going towards that playoffs.
a lot of pressure on them. I mean, quick vibe check for MIBR, coming out with all smiles. Listen, I mean, they're looking good. They're looking locked in right now as well. This team huddle is lasting an eternity. They don't want to take the seats, man. I mean, I really think that there's some massive upset opportunity here. Why you're and you are and over the map select?
It is an interesting map select. 100 Thieves are taking us to Icebox, where they lost to Furia in their first match. Now, that's definitely looking like Furia's home map. And 100 Thieves have, shown some prowess there. But I'm really just confused in totality of what is the 100 Thieves map pool right now? Where are they taking this? Haven, they've gotten rid of it after 2 tough losses. So, listen, I'm fine with that.
I feel like maybe they're having the approach of just fixing their mistakes on that Icebox, potentially replacing 1 or 2 of the comp members to kind of be a new innovative thing, but I'm not 100% sure. I actually agree with you, Wyatt. I'm not really understanding fully what is going on, but this might be the map that 100 Thieves gains their confidence on, because Icebox is super fight heavy and super firepower heavy.
And if MIBR can just, again, listen, the prophecy. If they can get one of these first 2 maps, we're going to Lotus where it happened last year. The prophecy. And MIBR, they beat Loud on Lotus. They looked really good there. They just need to get one of these first 2 and they could do it.
The map select was just a mind game this whole time from MIBR.
It could happen, but yeah, Icebox, I think 100 Thieves are still getting to grips in terms of what the maps that are good for them, because that's the trouble when you take a long break. You also don't know what maps your opponents are going on. I mean, Asuna was talking about that as well in the interview that he did, I believe, with Liz, where it was just going through the motions. They were like, we didn't realize that we ended up playing them on 2 of their best maps. So they clearly still feel confident in Icebox. It's like their second pick when Bind ends up getting taken out of the picture. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there's not much more to say with MIBR other than I just feel like the team with nothing to play is the most dangerous.
We haven't seen them on this map yet either, so question marks for 100 Thieves, but them being the known quantity, and Cryo is a super known quantity on this map. He always goes off on defense with the AWP. So reliable. He's yet to really take over a game in this stage, so maybe he can start off on the right foot here on a map where he usually performs at a high level.
So far, both comps looking pretty meta, pretty same. I don't know if it's going to be a 100% mirror matchup, but probably. And I feel like we're just going to see both these teams play to their comfort picks. I fully understand that Paula is new, though, and I know that he's going to be on this Jet. So hopefully he's going to prove to us how he can play aggressive versus Cryo.
Well, it's time to kick things off during this super normal week and head on over to map 1 with your casters, the 2 of the finest Americans I know, Mimi and Ender.
Thanks very much, Akeem. Yes, MIBR, we saw them get their first map win of the year just the other week. And now
just 2
they
days
have a
ago.
chance to get their first series win. If they could find this upset against 100 Thieves, would improve their record then to 1-7 for Made in Brazil.
Yeah, and for 100 Thieves, you've got to start winning, because the strength of schedule after this, you're playing against EG, you're playing against Loud, 2 other teams that are right on that brink of being in the playoffs. EG, the team above them in the standings right now, also only plays MIBR besides that. So 100 Thieves need to win this match to keep the best chances of moving forward.
Kicking things off on Icebox here. It's going to be Cryo, who has struggled these last few weeks, facing off against Paulo, the newest addition to this MIBR squad, as it's a bit of a fight towards A from the defense.
Yeah, both these teams putting some bodies forward into A. The drone should be able to clear away Cryo's position. Don't actually know if it saw him. How Liazi is playing, but up in Kitchen, Mazine just got a full lurk, walked straight into a turret, got a kill, and in Pallet too, this step up from Artsy is massive. 100 Thieves need to fight forward into main, and they find success with it. Cryo gets his kill and falls off the angle.
Back in mid, the lurker will escape, so MIBR get away with some highway robbery to start the round, but they don't have information towards B still.
Yeah, and there's actually a walk down tube. Bang could catch these players crossing back over into B. And the spike being last is brutal. Paula getting the spot is absolutely massive. And now those 2 players have made the cross, but 100 Thieves are already quick on those rotates over.
Only about half gas on this wall, and that spike late on the rotate.
Right here.
EU has a shock dart to stall this one out further. And that one way still buying time, only 30 seconds left. to try and invest the spike plant. Rich will tap it.
Left.
Ready for the fight from 100 Thieves. Shock dart, baited out, and EU down.
Bang might try to go for the stall here. He's waiting for his teammate. Cryo slipped all the way back into garage. Bang needs to create some pressure, though, to pull players off of this flank watch. They're still holding it. Rich finds that kill, and it all falls on to Bang, who so won't be enough. MIBR start off with the pistol.
A mess of a round there. 100 Thieves getting completely routed through mid. They put heavy forces into that A fight, and MIBR double walk up, one through halls, and then through kitchen, and then the other player just swinging through the orb in mid.
It was a really interesting read from MIBR on this pistol, because you can see with that turret location not spotting out that swing into kitchen. And as soon as that player falls, in the chaos that ensued, trying to find that second lurk as well. I wonder if that's just a read off the pistol that MIBR wanted to, go for that punish, or if it's something they're going to look for consistently.
100 Thieves again will test the waters a little more heavily towards A, try and get Cryo an opportunity here, but great swings from MIBR, and they deal with two, only losing the odds.
100 Thieves trying to play around with some high-lows there to get a kill, and I mean, to their credit, Cryo was able to find one with the classic. MIBR done a good job, though, I think, on this anti-eco of both, denying that orb early on, clearing away those players, even keeping two players over on A with the use of that drone while the spike resets into B. And as long as they keep 3 players alive, those 3 rifles they bought, they're going to be very happy with the outcome of this round.
Absolutely. From IBR, I mean, by all means, I think should have won that series against Loud. And this round that still does have some danger to it. Boostio finds a double there. Those are guns dropped and only 2 left.
Not only is that a gun dropped, there are winning chances now for 100 Thieves. There's a molly, there's double shocks for EU. If they could get some chip, well, Artscene is actually going to be still hunting for a bit of a kill. No spike planted. 100 Thieves, they're still moving up.
Left.
Both players top sight.
No one's holding!
Sticking it. Rich does swing at the right time. 1 for 1. EU, just a classic in hand, needs to grab a gun, but time works in his favor.
20 seconds. Rich still looking for it.
EU just has to win off time. 15 on this one. Rich hunting him, knows the win condition of the round, and all the way up top. Rich will keep things safe.
Whew. That's a gutsy call from Rich going up onto the rope there. Things get very dire towards the end, and that's going to pose some problems for MIBR. They still have the option to go for some light armor and rifles if they want to, but I think just going to be taking the 3 themselves. I mean, Boostio, 2 really nice shots out of the Sheriff. Credit to him in a 1v3 situation, finding ways to take those fights one by one. It's the excitement of winning a round, but also realizing, wait, we just lost 2 guns.
Yeah, they had invested pretty heavily into that one as well. The 2 players on pistols will buy a rifle into this one, though, so a fighting chance. And again, it's a focus on mid, trying to break this utility.
And a bigger focus on Cryo saving for the op. 100 Thieves always do this to get that for him, and Bang stepped up but can't connect the shots. The op, though, was baited for. 1 for 1 equalizes just a bit. And now without Killjoy utility, MIBR might be a little bit more worried about their flank in the mid-round.
100 Thieves are having to keep a lot of bodies in mid with that turret now broken. But still, they have 2 Killjoy mollies set up on this A site, and that's where MIBR is looking for now.
MIBR's conditioning has been showing the drone and then pivoting over to the B site after putting it onto A. This round, they used that drone and are now moving back into the A site. But it seems like 100 Thieves have read this somewhat. They still have to be worried about Paula, who's still late in mid.
Asuna top site. And these players just contacting up 2 already into Maze. And he's just not watching. I think Asuna thought someone had his back. Falls with no trade. Now MIBR take control of this round. 30 seconds. The clock again a factor alert in mid, but EU, massive value. Now Paula, who has been here the whole time, is again an issue. He was so patient in that spot, but this is winnable for Boosty.
It's down to the wire again, 17 seconds, and Rich is trying to wait for his teammate. Paula is sprinting back in. Unfortunately, Boostio not testing his luck on site. This spike's gonna go down.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds. No denial for Boostio. Fight against Paula.
Spike planted.
1v1, Rich on the swing! And Boostio removes both rookies to save the round for 100 Thieves.
Boostio, the hero of the round again. Got the 2K with the Sheriff in round 2. Now clutching it up in round 3 to secure the op as well, carrying that over. I do want to shout out EU as well for holding on to that site. Found 2 kills the last possible second. That round very easily could have gone MIBR's way with finding a couple of different holes in the 100 Thieves defense, but it's Boostio with the Red Bull clutch at the end.
Enemy remaining. It's wild that Paula got value from that position, sticking around from the very start of the round to the end. But it's his undoing in the last seconds of that one, unable to protect his teammate, and Boosty again finding those isolated fights.
Cryo's up once again, going over towards the B side. He might walk straight into that crosshair if he's not too careful. But MIBR have been very content to just open up with this default over into the A side, even putting down a molly right over on pipes. Stop any forward push from the operator.
Drone won't see anything on A. All three players from 100 Thieves a bit more passive with a high-low backside. Paula is going to scale into this space, try and find a fight against Boostio, and does not succeed. The trade does come through eventually, and now Asuna will swing in of his teammate's utility, but MIBR are not past the wall.
Ozzy's just one off of getting access to the Thrash. That could be big, even on 30 HP. If they're able to pick that up over in B main or something like that, could put MIBR in a good position in this round with Rich's ult online as well. That was almost a bit of a failed attempt by MIBR. They tried to change the tempo, get over into that A site very quickly. Unfortunately for them, Boostio has been good for his every single round. And by all choosing to huddle so deep over into A, they're really hoping that maybe 100 Thieves step up, use a drone to re-clear something like this, assume that MIBR have left to the B site, as they have in 2 of the 3 rounds
30
already.
seconds left. There's that dart. Reveals nothing, but 100 Thieves will stick to this stack. 2 players swinging wide silently on the angle. That's a spike down. Wall goes back up. Cryo finds his mark, and now these players are a bit locked out of the site. 15 seconds. Time again the biggest factor, and MIBR just probably have to save this one.
Yeah, they've got the 2 rifles. Money's not so great, and you're not planting the spike. 100 Thieves have not over-rotated, and it's great calling, I think, coming through from Boostio. MIBR had really tried to settle into some early conditioning to bait 100 Thieves off of that A site the last 2 rounds in a row, but 100 Thieves haven't even flinched.
And that's really what got things going, I think. Paula trying to contact above that wall, thinking he had a gap, and just making that swing with no utility. Gives that early advantage to 100 Thieves.
Now, though, round 4, round 5, this is where ults start to come into the equation. Boostio has the lockdown, but very likely Rich just counters that out with Hunter's Fury of his own.
Revealing area.
Thrash, of course, online too, is again, it's MIBR opening up pretty strong over into the A side, at least showing the presence, even showing the cloud burst, but then instantly moving Paula away from that A space.
But Boostio has the lockdown this round, so 100 Thieves a little bit more comfortable to give some space on the map. They'll re-drone through A and spot 1.
They see him, and now they know it's going to be an MIBR moving over into B. Paula really wants this ult orb for the knives.
And 100 Thieves have done a great job at denying these orbs thus far. They will be recovered this time. Cryo retreats to a more passive angle.
Check out up tube now as well. There's a big lurk coming in from the Zine. He's found a couple of timings, but this time around, Boostio is waiting for it.
So now MIBR look to excel into this site. Cryo dashing, updrafting to find a safer angle. His teammates one way, keeps the rest of MIBR at bay.
I love the quick little trade around. Boostio's here, but are they ready for Paula to have crossed around? They are. Bang anticipates it. It is even clearing out in B main. A bit of madness there, but now he knows the rotate has come through, and 100 Thieves can stack into the A site.
They will beat them to A. 2 players forward in maze, 2 more on their way, 25 seconds. Again, MIBR going at the last second, and Artson just not looking at the right angles. 100 Thieves, there's no way this round can slip away from them now. A volley of utility into main, and Rich is overwhelmed.
Solid play again on these rifle rounds for 100 Thieves, and I think it is fair to point out that the last time we saw 100 Thieves play this, it was their opening map versus Furia. They lost it 14-12 at the end, and that was after winning both pistol rounds and converting on their first bonus. That's like 6 free round wins, and they still went into OT and lost the map. So seeing them lose the opening pistol now, be solid in 3 back-to-back-to-back rifle rounds, this is the 100 Thieves that fans want to see.
Absolutely. MIBR take their first time out of the game and get Fraud in the conversation. Thus far, they've been trying to play these slow mid-rounds every time, showing early towards A, then resetting, and seemingly they can't figure out this 100 Thieves defense. I think 100 Thieves is managing to stack a strong side on A in the late rounds that MIBR isn't figuring out.
Yeah, MIBR are sort of burning through the clock very quickly by doing these slower defaults over into A main. I think a quick pivot for them could be playing over into the B side of the map, especially if they've realized Cryo's been playing towards that side so frequently. If they use the Sova Gekka utility to get some more forward space into that, I think that could be a little bit more punishing for them, especially with all the space they've been taking in mid. Going B unlocks your lurks a lot more than opening up towards the A side.
100 Thieves, though, if they're not contested towards A, we've seen them get forward angles and great information on that side. And MIBR will look to start this round heavy towards A again.
Swarm grenade.
Cryo loves this back yellow position.
2 ults this time for MIBR. Could toy with a quick around 0 off that Thrash. Force 100 Thieves into a retake.
Really dark. I mean, Asuna is trying to show that forward fight by going for the break over here again, but 100 Thieves aren't playing so aggressively.
Drone up. Mazine making sure no one is regressed towards B. Oh, yeah. And off that Thrash, the second wave of this execute will come in. All the mollies pop for 100 Thieves. An ult coming in very early on this one, and a Killjoy lockdown as well. 100 Thieves will look to flood. Flash into the site. Paula contends with it, but now a high-low setup and MIBR retreat.
Rich didn't want to use his ultimate to counter out on the lockdown. It was so early into the round. I think, honestly, MIBR got a bit surprised by it. Now they want to slow down because Mazine did step up into B main. And I think that may have been a call out in the timeout, is that maybe players are rotating off of the forward lines on B and Mazine can find lurks through there as opposed to mid.
But now with no drone, Cryo has repositioned into an off angle in Maze.
Yeah, MIBR really think the 100 Thieves have been like stepping up, either into mid, especially, into A main, into B. They're just waiting kind of on all 3 fronts of the map. Where is the aggro going to come? And well, now they know it's a Sova jump peeking in kitchen.
30 seconds again, and they don't know the setup towards A. Spike.
Ooh.
They're faking an execute here with the Hunter's Fury. Will try and run back into B. So this round all depends on Bang for 100 Thieves. First kill's easy. Mazine was ahead of the rest of his squad. And Artzine in mid. Spotted out, but finds his kill. 10 seconds here. Spike has to come down ASAP. The Aussie will be able to get that job done, but 100 Thieves are postured to fight back into this retake already. 4v3. Cryo finds a shot onto Rich.
One enemy
and another as well. He is just teeing off. Liazi stuck on this site. A double swing. 100 Thieves undefeated in the mid-round here on this defense.
Ouch. I mean, again, it's Cryo finding a couple of kills. Again, it's Bang being so solid on the anchoring. Another round that goes down to pretty late in there. After MIBR rotate back and forth, but 100 Thieves have just been so solid.
And I mean, I feel like MIBR aren't giving themselves sufficient cancel options here. They're just trying to walk the lurk up through a one-way and lose that fight, and then the whole round crumbles.
It brings them into yet another half buy here, really. Paula actually not even being donated one of the guns. I feel like that's almost a bit of an error. Jet usually the one you want taking those opening fights, and still will be with the Sheriff. This is the quick open into B main, though. Something MIBR have not shown just yet, but Bang plays so aggro up into main. Getting wrapped on the left side, though. What is going on? Bustio's got his back, though, and MIBR cannot finish off a kill.
Is he alive?
Ridiculous.
Bang has no business living through that one. But all that was going on, Asuna has walked up here onto Bell.
This forward posting gives so much info, and now the Artisan falls. Yeah, MIBR, you are stuck in the B side.
And there is still full KJ util here to help the hold. Mollies to defend these players back. Yellow.
Uh-oh, someone break that.
Doesn't matter with the mollies.
It might.
Rich does find that spam.
Found them.
You low on health. Busio very alone here. Needs to win out on his fights. He's got one. The support of the turret for a double. And MIBR are ripped to shreds.
I evaluated their strategy. It's a joke.
Now with 100 Thieves starting to get aggressive on both extremities, fighting into A main, fighting into B main, MIBR might need their lurks to play a little more aggressively and actually come up with something. Otherwise, 100 Thieves can get that forward information, hard stack in the mid-rounds. The other option is just start slamming into sites from MIBR if they really think all hope is lost in the lurk department.
After this self-described slump for 100 Thieves, though, it is refreshing to see Boostio getting out there, getting active, finding his own opportunities, and Cryo's confident too. A jump into main, maybe a bridge too far, Paula will take him down. That's a rare opener for MIBR.
That's a big one. Lockdown should be pushing 100 Thieves off of the site as well. No good options to break that out, but Asuna does have the thrash.
Ollie, shock darts coming in. This Killjoy lockdown is
good
gone.
Spot, yeah. Wow. MIBR are now forced into the meat grinder. There's 3 players here. Lucio's already found the first one. 100 Thieves are fighting forward and tearing MIBR to shreds. It's one-on-one. Both Vipers alive. Mazine with an operator in hand. Probably don't even want to put down the pit after that.
He's going to run back towards main. That's a lot of noise being made. And Bang will inch forward all the way across the rope. Mazine down low. A tuck around the corner.
Got out.
Does Bang keep going?
He went for the silent drop too. He could, but now he realizes if he keeps walking, the time is going to be working against him.
The swing down low. Mazine ready for it. Navigates a tough situation for MIBR and finally breaks 100 Thieves' streak on defense.
Absolutely saves that round. 100 Thieves had a great cancel on the Killjoy ult, the combination of the mollies and the shocks. And then that fight forward, but like we're talking about, Mazine finding that response kill and then switching over to the operator. It was a risky call, but I think getting that reposition paid off massively for him.
That's so tough for Bang too. I think he played that round so well, but was just a second away from missing that timing.
Paul has chosen to go into an op himself this round, although unfortunately he's going straight over into a pit on the B side. Cryo switched things up and is now playing towards A for the second round in a row.
With no thrash, there's not really too many tools for MIBR to clear through this pit. To try and invest that drone, but there are a lot of angles to deal with.
MIBR have really tried to punish into mid, especially against this turret we've seen, but 100 Thieves do have 2 bodies here. EU and Boostio are ready to play crossfires at times. EU currently getting cycled over to his teammate, and Zine has found the timing, sees the player back into spawn, but EU is ready for it.
MIBR have gone for this mid lurk so many times, and since the pistol round, it has not worked.
But there is a gap here, and Artzine's found it.
100 Thieves have no idea. EU actually holding this one. Timing on the jiggle. Spots the
He's
gun.
a knower. He knows everything, Mimi.
So aware.
EU's completely locked in. Probably a little bit early on that shot, but it's another round where MIBR are down numbers. Rich, by finding that, though, is given chances, but this refight is just nasty. Another kill for 100 Thieves. Keep marking them down, because they're going to keep on coming. Detained is Paula, and 100 Thieves are back. Almost went for a knife themselves, but it's Boostio to finish off the round.
Get the ult orb. Damn. The awareness there for the second lurk from EU is absolutely massive. And 100 Thieves, I mean, that is an immediate reply. The money for MIBR is back down to an eco here.
It's just really good play from 100 Thieves because they realize all of the gaps in their Killjoy setup as they shifted around, which they are leaving intentional gaps. But that's okay when you've got EU floating, fully aware of those different timings that MIBR players could be sneaking on in. And then that refight, you know, to the left side of their wall, the Dizzy Dart combo. MIBR have not had a response for it.
Cryo buys an outlaw this round, but Rich, well, just takes his head off there. Hunter's Fury and another refight for 100 Thieves. Bang off his one way. Will get one, get away. Molly, a bit of space, but a 1v1 against Paula on the jet. Damage done, knives missing. It's an easy kill for Bang. And now a 2-back yellow and no Sova utility online. MIBR are again trapped in main with EU closing in.
Here's the refight. A Dizzy ready to go over the top. There's the swing too. Boostio finds yet another kill. Doesn't know there's a player tucked right up close and personal, but doesn't really matter. Austin is gonna win that fight regardless. The anchoring from 100 Thieves just continues to be exceptional as now a flank comes in. And I've just got to shout out, especially Bang's micro. This is a guy that is so good at holding down a site, and they're just teaming amazing as he's, you know, jiggling over to the right side of yellow against the knives was so nice. Playing on the one-way and then finding that timing after Paul has wasted a couple of knives. Knows exactly how to play against that Jettle.
I think he also does a really good job of finding the right moments to tuck in, wait for a double swing.
Yep.
Knowing those timings when the Viper wall is going to drop and a teammate can double swing with him. It's really difficult to focus on your micro and have those perfect comms at the same time, and he never messes it up.
Yeah, and we heard Zix talking about how he was happy even in the loss for the most part with how the team was fighting together. We've seen that massively today. MIBR breaking apart into mid. This time sending 4 players. The firing squad has arrived, but doesn't matter against Boostio. Playing up from his perch in heaven. Sees the player, gets the first and the second with the assistance of Bang. It doesn't even matter if Mazine can find a kill because 100 Thieves always have a teammate ready to trade.
And it's a situation we have seen many times before. 1 man left, time dwindling, and a flank coming in. This has been a complete lockout thus far. Only losing 1 round for 100 Thieves since that pistol and conversion.
Where has this team been? I mean, this is good VALORANT now. 100 Thieves, a little late to the party. The postmaster slump, but better late than never to make a race back into playoffs. Get back into the picture.
And this is really the perfect matchup to get warmed back up. You're heavily favored, your players are starting to feel it again, and it's been all about these fundamentals. Last chance for MIBR though in this half. Same default back over towards A.
EU's got the up this time. It's Cryo with the rifle up on top, and Thrash, this one goes up into top sight. Actually sent it down this time around, as the rest of MIBR comes in quickly to the right-hand side. Good detain and opener from Paula. MIBR just stuck behind this wall, but already in a fantastic position in the round.
Shock dart from EU is perfect. Has evened this one out. Cryo doesn't get punished, and now a lockdown is coming in. MIBR have a Hunter's Fury, but the fight is going to come in. 100 Thieves have an advantage here, and Boostio may have found a gap. They'll snake around the backside of this pit as Artscene tries desperately to run down the lockdown. 2 players are detained, and this round is cooked.
Oh, baby! Hit him with you guys really thought you did something. Oh, no!
Boostio's back.
Switching sides.
It's been a while. That Jared been getting warmed up for a while. Now he's out of it. And 100 Thieves, every refight going their way. That was a lights out first half from the team.
9-3 up here for 100 Thieves. An excellent start to this series. Let's check in with our desk for their thoughts.
Well, it seems like things might be getting away for MIBR, but there is a second half in this round, and I think we should definitely highlight some of what we've been seeing on 100 Thieves side with Cryo.
Yeah, that was the big focus point, right? We were talking about it in the pre-show. I think Cryo having a step up from that last match that he ended up playing, and I think you saw it. A clear game plan on 100 Thieves. He wanted to put the operator in his hands as much as humanly possible, like the round 3 purchase essentially, and he was lights out. I think MIBR didn't really test 100 Thieves too much. There was a little bit of shakiness, I think, in terms of the overall rifle aim, but they had a very clear handle over and over again at what MIBR were trying to do.
It really just felt like 100 Thieves were able to fully anchor and stop MIBR from even getting close to getting into these sites. And even when they've had a lot of the util to deny any of that entering. But yeah, Cryo, we talked about him on the desk, and now using that operator to have a lot of good stuff, taking aggressive off angles, being able to contribute to the anchoring of both these sides on defense, and also rounding out with multiple multi-frags.
Yeah, and I think that they, again, MIBR, they won the pistol round. Maybe there's a chance that they end up winning the pistol round. They can turn it to like an 8-6 finish. Yeah. It's been pretty rough for them, though, in terms of just the overall calling, but that gets a lot easier. I think when you move over to the defensive half, your decisions gets made for you, basically. It all comes down to your setups and how you're going to be reacting to 100 Thieves. Still chances for them, but for 100 Thieves, they look like they don't want to repeat the mistakes of their past.
Yeah.
They are coming into this, like I said, a little bit shaky, but locked in now, trying to get this win.
I feel like MIBR had so many rounds where they were just this close to being able to round it out, but just small little mistakes made it fall off. So that being said, I mean, for their defense, maybe they have a lot more protocols locked into place to go ahead, but 9-3, that's a tough scoreline to come back from.
It really is, but they're still in the game. We're going to send things back over to Mimi and Ender for the call.
Yeah, hell of a start there for 100T. Busio casually 17-5 on Killjoy.
Not bad. Those are rookie IGL numbers. It's good stuff. All right, MIBR. Just the one player over towards B main at the time.
There's my buddy.
Honestly, they can just do some orb farming here on the pistol. Prioritizing EU, a little bit interesting.
And MIBR fully stacked over towards A. Only this Viper to defend on the B site with a single Killjoy molly back yellow. 100 Thieves are just going to contact in. How deep do they go? Wingman on the plant, wall up. And they're ready for a multi-swing for a player rotating through mid. No one's there to receive. And this gives 100 Thieves a lot of space to set up.
Yeah, they would be scared of a flank, but they just fully cleared it. They know the full retake is going to be coming through from back towards Snow, and they left the insert of Bang on site. He could be deadly where he is.
In comes the flash. Bang on the follow-up. Trade is there from Paula, and another from the rookie. Only 2 left, and time has already gone quite far. Cryo's just going to keep dueling. The man is so confident in that post plant.
It was a jet show for a bit, but it's Cryo up on top. Winning the pistol here, I mean, it's forced territory for MIBR. This is bad, Mimi.
Yeah, 10-3.
Worst part is you're on defense. Like, you don't even have the money of a plant to carry you on over. I mean, great reset after the shot from Cryo, taking the player down from top site. Moving back down and over into Snow. Nice play from him. And I mean, 100 Thieves just gonna run it back once again. It's still just a player. It's Paulo this time around, but it's just a classic. It looks even worse than last round for MIBR.
And he's tagged. The poor guy can barely finish the job on the drone. We'll try and maybe inch back in here for a kill to deny the plant, but there's no way he's stopping the force of 100 Thieves. Okay. Through the smoke. Yeah.
Spike planted.
Oh, 100 Thieves are staking their claim to that B side as well. Boostio feeling it, getting that forward line into kitchen. Cryo also separating too. It's a bit individual with a massive gun advantage. Hard to actually be punished for it.
That shot is damn clean. Cryo will get traded. But Boostio has the angle to stop that weapon from getting into the wrong hands. Swing towards spawn. 100 Thieves again lose 1, but keep 3 guns out of that round.
Yeah, 100 Thieves are making sure that they could get ult orbs, and they got so many. Asuna's just 2 off the ultimate. Which is a big win for them. MIBR would have loved to just try and die to the spike if they could, but not going to be an option for them.
And that's tough for MIBR. Back-to-back gamble stack rounds on A, where they call it wrong.
Now they've got to reset into some semblance of normalcy. If that. Actually, again, it's just a killjoy towards that B side.
Outlaw for Paula. And Rich pushing pretty deep there. Will break the flash and at least recover 1 ult orb.
Gonna deny that wave away from Asuna. They don't want to let him have the thrash in the post plant. The Thieves aren't done just yet. They want to push Paula off this line. No one really in a position to be able to break the drone, and it does spot him. Oh, Boostio comes in for the fight, but Paula's good for it. That's a huge opener for MIBR.
Finds the target with only 25 HP on that armor.
They're still heading into a stack here.
The util's good though. Paula will get out in the shock dart. Will actually find Rich. Lovely stop from MIBR on the flood back in.
Okay. MIBR seem a bit acquainted with the hit there. 100 Thieves comp leaves no room to actually play on the site. All the molly spread, the flash going to backside. It makes sense. MIBR running the same exact comp. So they just play off-site, use the shock darts on the planter, and then quickly flood back in. That was a nice little ante from them. Actually, Paula dodged the Dizzy, I think, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was really impressive how well he navigated that one.
100 Thieves are still holding on to 3 rifles, though, in this one. Get the knives down onto Cryo. Another major stack from MIBR into the A side, but this time Boostio is going to play that late lurk. His fight up against Paula could be everything.
Paula's already inched so far up, holding top belt.
Get out of my way!
Oh, 100 Thieves just heard a drone in mid too, so they're quickly moving back into that space. Paula gets the fight. And now 100 Thieves, they're still trying to challenge into him. Paula holding his own, but that opens things up.
That's a little bit of an overheat. MIBR still not the worst position. Rich is going to try and be a hero too. He's walked up completely alone here, and MIBR have let their advantage slip.
They're reaching, they're trying to be heroes, but even with numbers. Now they've got 2 players back on the site, but 100 Thieves taking their time, taking things methodically on in as they get the tag, and now look to scale into the site. Mazine back in the corner, but he's blinded right as he goes for the swing. That's the site to 100 Thieves.
And that's only 2 left alive on MIBR. The Aussie swings in, he's alone, and Artzin is as well. Every fight that round from MIBR was a solo player swinging into multiple. You can see the desperation in the play.
It's what happens, right? Back against the wall, 100 Thieves up on 11. Paula gets the kill to sort of bring his confidence back in the game and just stays too far forward. Now got a string 8 in a row. Called pretty early timeout into the half.
And for MIBR, these 2 new players, Rich and Paula, are the 2 who have put up the most numbers this map and shown some hope. But in that round, they're the ones who do a little bit too much.
I mean, even this stage, too. I think Paula and Rich have looked quite good since joining the team. I mean, they got MIBR their first map win of the regular season.
That's true. So the second timeout called here for MIBR. And I feel like it's got to be about the mentality. Ignore the scoreline. We can't be making hero plays like that. You have to play your own game. You can't be taking these risks because of the score.
100%. That was definitely the big problem in the last round. I don't even know if Boostio's thinking. He's just like, yeah, we just keep doing our own thing too. It's absolutely working for us. It's working for Boostio at least.
And it's been really simple rounds for 100 Thieves. Take early into a main, wait for their Gecko cycle to come back online, and find these late round fight hits.
Literally just go B, go A. It was none of that, those fakes that MIBR were trying to throw on their attacking side. It's been good for 100 Thieves. Hold on, there's an op purchase from MIBR and it's not going to Paula. That's Rich over on the A side. Paula with the knives, but was sitting in spawn for a long time. I was trying to figure out what he was going to be doing in the round. No one's actually here to break the molly. I think a couple of times this has happened where the turret has just been broken and MIBR's mid defense has been broken.
And Artzin also didn't pull it back, so he has the full timer before he can use that turret again.
Eons. MIBR leaning into the B site though. This could be exactly what they need. Thrash isn't seeing much of anything right now, but Cryo is. No, he isn't. Rich takes him down with the op.
The first time MIBR had a big advantage in one of these retakes. Bang down. That's a good follow-up. The rookie's making good on the last round, but Paula falls. And the dart is broken. MIBR now stalled out. They still have advantage, and they'll push back in off their orb coming online, a refight. Asuna forward. This angle is good, but he's been spotted, and the op is running him down. Too many numbers from MIBR. And EU, with an ult in his face, will finally fall.
Big shot from Rich coming out there.
Come on, let's hear it.
Dealing with Cryo on top of yellow. And then Paula too. So he used that movement, taking some good fights from back on site. The op's gonna be thrown over to him now, but I think it was even a headshot coming out of Rich. Real nice stuff. But it's not gonna get any easier. MIBR need a few of those rounds. They lost the Hunter's Fury off of that one.
100 Thieves will be on a worse buy this round though. Boostio feeling confident. Holds on to the hero rifle.
Swarm grenade.
MIBR are stepping up both into A, and also Paula's just stuck right up in window there. Has some options to look out into mid. They've changed their Killjoy setup because it's just been getting broken every round.
This is going to be a full execute from 100 Thieves. Just waiting for all the util to come back online as they'll start to inch forward. Rich is pretty isolated here. Jiggle good from Cryo, but Liati follows up, and Rich, I thought he had a gap. Runs a little too far forward, now it's even to a 3v3. The ult connects onto Mazine. He's down to 30 health, but he'll get away, and Paula arrives with the operator trained on the angle. Wingman alone on the site. Plant in. And now a gun recovered for EU. Paula's off, misses a shot. Dash back. And the re-engage from Asuna is lovely. What a shot to find. Paula's dead. Mazine is locked away. And Artsin is out backside alone up top. It's Asuna again. The adjustment is too good. 13-5. 100 Thieves strike first in this series.
No doubt that was a clean game from 100 Thieves, especially on the defensive side. Boostio dropping 17 in the first 12 rounds. Calling a good game, always leaning onto the sides of the map. MIBR were attacking. The anchoring was absolutely locked in. MIBR on the other side, though, they have got to figure out a way to hit some of these shots. They're just losing in so many of these fights. It is not going their way. A few clutch situations that could have swung into their favor. But, I mean, whether it was back yellow, whether it was back A site, 100 Thieves could not be broken on their defense.
Boostio so good throughout this map.
He's back up, boys!
He is. 100 Thieves lead the series by 1. We'll head to split.
One enemy remaining.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him, at Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time, it wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
I know.
Here's your wireless contract.
Do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative, switch!
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Red Bull gives you wings.